Welcome to this month's episode of Cookbook Corner. My name is Ollie. Today we will be making Kebatha crisps and Keshian spiced milk from Star Wars The Life Day Celebration Cookbook. For these recipes, you will need flour, water, rice, sugar, eggs, oil, cinnamon, evaporated milk, and butter. You will also need a Dutch oven or an electric kettle for frying, a rolling pin, a whisk, lots of bowls, a pitcher, and a blender. First, we'll be making the Keshian spiced milk. Keshian spiced milk is a type of rice milk that we need in the blender. First, you'll need 1 cup of uncooked long grain white rice. Then you'll need 5 cups of water. The best way to do this is to pour 1 to 2 cups of water in your blender and blend it that way. It lessens the mess, especially if you have a smaller blender. Now, I'm going to set mine to grind and get started. Once your rice and water has been blended, you should get a nice white milky color like this. And we're going to add it to the remaining water to bring it up to 5 cups. Once the water has been poured and mixed together, you'll add 3 to 4 cinnamon sticks into your pitcher and refrigerate overnight. After you've refrigerated your rice water overnight with the cinnamon sticks, you'll pour it through a fine mesh sieve. This one's already been used because we've already done ours off screen. You'll take out the cinnamon sticks and have this nice aromatic rice water. At this point, you will stir in your sugar, your evaporated milk, and your vanilla. You'll stir this mixture until all of the sugar has been dissolved and you don't feel the sugar grits against your spoon. There we go. At this point, you'll refrigerate until you're ready to serve. In a small bowl, mix together 3/4 cup of granulated sugar and a teaspoon of ground cinnamon, which we've already done. Next, in a large bowl, you'll whisk together 3 cups of all-purpose flour, 3 tablespoons of granulated sugar, a teaspoon of baking powder, half teaspoon of cinnamon, and half teaspoon of salt, which we've already mixed together. Then you will take 3/4 a cup of the Keshian spiced milk from our previous recipe, 3 tablespoons of melted butter, 2 large eggs, and a teaspoon and a half of vanilla extract, or a little bit more for some extra flavoring. You'll whisk this together until just mixed. Once your mixture is just combined, pour it out onto a lightly floured surface. And it's going to look crumbled, and that's going to be all right. You'll knead for 2 to 3 minutes until shiny. And you'll need to add excess flour as it sticks together. So make sure you have some on the side. When it starts to get a little sticky, that's how you can start picking up some of your excess here. All right, we're getting close. You can start telling when the dough is ready. It doesn't fall apart quite as easily. It starts getting really sticky. You don't stick to your work surface. Make sure you have that flour. All right, once you've gotten it pretty smooth, be ready to roll it out. You will divide it into 14 balls. You might be able to get more than 14, and that's okay, because this recipe is about sharing. And once you've got them all cut up, you're going to be rolling them into little round discs. So I'm just going to make mine into balls first, then I'll come in with the rolling pin to flatten them out. See here, I was about to make 22 balls. So, the more the merrier, right? So after you've made them, you want to flatten them using a little bit of excess flour and a rolling pin. This is what happens when you don't put excess flour on there. It sticks. Once you've got all your crisps flattened out, like so, you'll leave them to the side and let them rest for 10 minutes. While you're letting your dough rest for those 10 minutes, go ahead and get your oil heated up to 365 degrees. We've already done that, so it should be ready to fry. Now, take your dough, put it in the oil, and let it bake or fry for 1 to 2 minutes on each side until it's golden and crispy. Make sure that when you're frying, you don't get too crowded in your Dutch oven or your skillet. That's closer to the color we're looking for. Look at that pretty color. All right, once it's fried, you can toss it in your cinnamon sugar mixture, or I like to toss the cinnamon sugar on top to make sure I get even distribution. Keep repeating this process until you've fried all your dough discs. And once you've fried all of your discs, you'll come out with these beautiful Kebatha crisps that you can now serve with your Keshian spice. Thank you for joining us in the last Cookbook Corner of 2023. Please come back again next year for new recipes and have a wonderful, safe winter holiday season.